Alright, and we are live once again here on PSGL. It is Formula 3, sorry, in the oh my god, sorry. Not a good start. In the F3 division here on PSGL, we are in, for the very first time, Qatar. The brand new racetrack. Well, not I say brand new, it is a new racetrack for us on the game. It was used in 2021 for the to fill up the calendar in the COVID-19 pandemic, and now it's been used in the race for the first time in properly here in PSGL. We have only 16 drivers tonight. I blame the summer break for being a thing. So we're here at the Lusail International Circuit in Qatar, which is a few stone throws away from the Lusail Stadium, which hosted the World Cup final last year. Quite a popular track with the drivers, I'd have to say. As I get my notes up here, just got in from a long day out, so it is a 5.4 kilometer circuit, just over 3 1/3 miles. Cost $58 million, built by 1,000 workers, and opened in 2004. It's been used for MotoGP, Formula 2, and then Formula 1, amongst many other series, but most notably MotoGP. It's good to see F1 will be here for the next 10 years, provisionally. That's what it's contracted for. It might become quite a popular track with all the drivers. So you may notice Renz is not here, and neither is Tom, but BB8 is. And Top G is in the other Red Bull tonight. No Tom Cairns again, it's just me, Otaka Logan. Unfortunately, Tom Cairns is unable to show up. Reasons I'd rather not declare. So here we go. Around the Lusail International Circuit on board with Top G. F1. Makes his way into a medium speed first turn. Gets the throttle down midway through the corner. Lightly on the brakes through turn number 2, using all of the curb he can. Turn number 3 now, scrapes through the curb, and a right angled curve, 90 degrees to the right, and then nicely through turn number 5 for turn 6. This is a slower one, and he's nicely through that for another hairpin, but this is much higher radius. And then a swooping turn to the right. And then apply the brakes a little bit again. Oh, he's went wide there. That might be an invalidation. No, it's not. He's got away with it. And then a long run up to... Oh, he's invalidated now. I was going to say, through this extremely fast series of corners before a swift left-hander before the final corner, which should be right here, past the pit entry, and the acute right-hander before getting the DRS on, the only DRS on this track, and across the line. Who do we have crossing the line? I believe BB8 crossed the line at 1:20.943. He likes to set his laps early, does BB8. Time, sorry. I keep pronouncing it wrong. I'm just going to call him Tyne, okay? Touch Tomato beats that by about 3/10. So I'll just remind you, if you're not familiar with this, it is 18 minutes of qualifying, and there's a car off, and that's at turn 3. It's one of the Williams. It is Ricky Hullett, who crashed out in the last lap in Silverstone. Quite unlucky, a clash with Tom. I'm trying to check what happened. Apparently it was a lag warning, so quite unfortunate for Ricky Hullett. Tom getting off very lightly. Speaking of that, actually, last week, I should turn to the results from last week, as Danielle's went to the top. Someone's just completely destroyed an advertising board. Don't know who, but it's gone. So we've got Danielle at the top. 5 drivers have set a lap. Delapad coming in the final corner. Nicely on the curb. Not going too far wide. So last week, BB8 did not win. It was actually Armateo. Armateo won last week after lots of penalties were applied. BB8 and Tom getting 5-second penalties each. BB8 finishing third and Tom finishing fourth. Mohammed got second place. So BB8, despite not winning a race yet, is still in the lead of the championship by 14 points. Because Riley Mackay didn't finish last week and he's not here this week, so the gap might be going even bigger. Even bigger. And there is last week's race winner. He is a reserve as well, Armateo. So it's BB8 Tyne on 32, Mackay on 18, Renz, who has not shown up for the third week in a row, on 17 and still in third, Top G, who didn't score last week, on 16, Armateo on 16, Marios in 13, Mohammed on 12, Lickleblocks on 9, LRB on 9, and Pedro Vazquez on 8. As that is your current top 10. And in fact, actually, Armateo and Top G should be swapped around 4th and 5th, because Armateo had the higher non-finish. 13th to Top G 16th last week. So it looks like everyone's out in the pits. As we see, Top G is the only driver not on in the pits. He's probably the only driver on a lap. And just to let you know, the number of laps we'll be doing is 29 laps, 150 and something kilometers. Actually, it is 157.12 kilometers. Oh my word, Top G is nearly hit the Alfa Romeo there. I think it was an Alfa Romeo. Yes, it was. The Alfa Romeo of Pedro Vazquez, I think it was. And Top G goes to third, about a quarter of a second behind Danielle. So no drivers are on their lap except, I believe, Pedro Vazquez. Yes, Pedro Vazquez is on his lap right now. Got to be careful that Top G's right up there. Or is it BB8? I'm not entirely sure. Well, whoever it is, it must get out of the way, and it does. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've tried this track myself. It is really fun. It's really good for racing and hot laps. You just get that really cool roller coaster thrill, even though there's not many hills to it, like Spa-Francorchamps. A flowy kind of track is what we want to see in these kind of sports. You don't want to see a slow track like Singapore, even though it is a cool track. There is a lot of slow areas to it, and the last part of Austin is quite slow. We want a very flowy track to produce some action, and I think Qatar might be the one. You get that adrenaline rush through that long straight at the start, down to turn number 1. You could be going 3 wide, and we've been seeing that in recent weeks. Of course, this is not the only action tonight. We've got F1 on right now, and the conclusion, I think, of F2 in PlayStation. Of course, Brendan Lee won in the Premier Division. Vasquez has gone third, by the way. Completely went off guard there. The Elite Division, featuring all the top drivers, was won by Brendan Lee. For his first win in quite a while in PSGL. Not his first, but first in quite a while, definitely. We're getting a bit of a haze in the background. Just a little static effect. I can't read the chat, by the way, guys, so... F4 is just concluding. They're on the safety car as I speak. Probably going to watch the finish of that. So it's Danielle, Marios, Vasquez, top G, toxic tomato, your top 5. Only 11 drivers have set a legitimate lap. Could be 11 soon, as I believe. No, LRB's already set a lap. He's just about to start a lap. Coming to the line should be... I'd have to say it's Tyne. Yeah, it's Tyne. He's faster than last time, so he should go up the leaderboard. Crossing the line now, past the pits, and he goes up. No, he stays in 7th. Stays in 7th. Improves in terms of time, but not in the position. As I speak, they have renovated this entire track in terms of facility. The track will remain the same in terms of layout, but in terms of surrounding areas, they're going to have a... well, I'm sure they have a massive, like, pavilion in the middle of the track for viewers to view from. I don't think that was in the last Grand Prix they did in 2021. Of course, there was no race last year due to the World Cup taking priority. But there will be, of course, this year. Gosh, everything's moving to Qatar. Next year it'll be the World Tiddlywinks Championships. Goodness sake. We have Edrex about to complete his lap. We have 13 drivers that have set a lap. He's got to be careful he doesn't run into his sister car of the Red Bull. Of course, Alpha Tower are going to be renamed next year, apparently to Hugo Boss Racing. Oh, and he nearly touches the out-of-bounds zone, but he's fine. Comes to the line, and it's going to be a 1:25.55 for the 7th best time. Mohammed's invalidated. M. Sapala coming around this... Oh, he's actually backed off. LRB is in 2nd right now. Quite impressive time. I completely went off guard. Armateo's yet to set a time. And he's on one right now, I think. No, I think he invalidated. Yeah, he invalidated and he's got nothing in the tank. Twist is invalidated as well, and I think that might do it. Yeah, I think we've only got Edrex and Top G on a lap. LRB's already done his lap. He'll have to come in again. Edrex is out of fuel. That's not a good idea considering you need to get out there soon. Top G is invalidated. So yeah, I think everyone is needing to pit. You can see they're all out of fuel. I've got my eyes zoomed in on the bottom of my ultra high definition screen. Yeah, that is 0.0 on the fuel gauge. So nothing's happening except Verti Hullet's come out. Of course, this is tougher because they do not connect the MFD to the wheel, Williams do. 2.4, that's what you should have. You should have enough to get a warm-up, a hot lap, and an in-lap. So I say like 2.5 laps of fuel is optimum. Use half of that for the hot lap and a quarter of each for the out lap and the in lap. So only one driver on the track. He will be at a disadvantage though, as there's going to be much less rubber compared to the other drivers. Just remember, we are brought to you by GT Omega, the leading sim racing equipment supplier. Remember, you can get quite the discount if you go to PSGL at checkout. Use the code PSGL at checkout, 5% off GT Omega products. Oh, and check out Chill Blast as well, I think. Are we sponsored by Chill Blast? Oh, I've said it now. It's too late, I've said it now. Verti Hullet is on his hot lap. And this is the crucial one. Verti Hullet was extremely unlucky last week, getting knocked out by Tom and giving Armateo the win. Armateo's right at the bottom of the barrel. He's not even got a lap in. Coming around turn 5 is Verti. And now number 6, using every inch of the track he possibly can. He must stay within the white lines, pure as driven snow. grazes the curb going into the hairpin. And now the swoopy swoop. Whew, cuts right through the curb. 2 turns to go for Rudy Hullett. Looks like he was going to spin out there, but no, he kept it together. Great control from Rudy coming out the final corner now. It's a 120.359 to beat. Put the DRS on. And that goes, oh my, 27 thousandths of a second off. And he is now at second position as everyone coming out to do their laps now. Oh my word. The F4 went to the line. It could go to the line tonight. Everyone's gone. Everyone is gone. They've not watched my stream anymore, and I don't blame them because F1 is just about to start. As I believe all the drivers are making their final efforts. BB8 biggest quali merchant. Well, thanks. That's quite an insult. He got 3rd place last week. He only lost because of a penalty. Crossed the line in 1st. Insult. So Darapad will be the first to set a lap here at the Losail International Circuit in Qatar, aka nothing but a desert. It is nothing but a desert, let's be honest. They probably prefer that though. Means the only cities you visit are the ones that got all the oil. Of course, Qatar also known for its airways, which are pretty good. Not sure if it beats ANA in Japan though. I'd love to travel with them. Darapad around turn number 6. I don't even think these have corner names. I'm not entirely sure. No, they don't have corner names. There's 16 turns and always just through 7 and 8. And now the fast number 9, the nifty 9. Before the hairpin 10. Now this, I don't know why this is a curve. Turn number 11 is just a flat out. Before 12, 13 and 14. Yes, they are all different curbs, unlike Tourney in Istanbul. That's what it reminds me of, Tourney in Istanbul. 9 seconds to go. This will be the last lap. Everyone has crossed the line to start a lap. Now, Darapad needs to beat a 1:23.59. He needs to beat 1:26.05 to get into the top 10. He gets the DRS on, the flap on. And Rudy Hullett has not set a new lap, by the way. Of course, he only had one time for one, and he goes up to 3rd. Darapad goes up to 3rd, a very good time. Moustache is next to cross the line. What will it be for the Moustache? I need only no improvement in terms of position. They're so close, by the way. Oh, and what's happened here? Armateo is... oh, Marios has went to the top of the sheets. 120, 172. That is what Danielle has to beat. Rudy Hullett down to 3rd. LRB has invalidated. Oh, so has Imsapala. Coming across the line now should be Top G, and he's only managed 4th. Top G has only managed 4th. Coming across the line now was LRB. He's already invalidated. Now, who hasn't crossed the line yet? Toxic Tomato coming across the line. And it is no good, no good. Edrex now coming across the line. I think this could be Marios' pole. Edrex goes 2nd. Danielle is the only one that can stop Marios now. Coming across the line. Vasquez about to cross the line too. He goes up to 8th. But Danielle is not good enough. He's P2. It took off though, but you could see on my MFD on the Renault, or the Alpine, sorry, that he was only P2 by 3 thousandths of a second. Slim margins. Gets Marios the pole position here in Qatar. Ahead of Danielle Edrex, 36 thousandths behind. Look at these times, by the way. Armateo, I think, is intentionally doing last to 1st. Actually, I'm not sure. Did I miss something in the steward's findings? Armateo... no, he just decided to do a last to 1st. Either that or he just gave up. So there you go. BB only managing 10th. Quali Merchant, my foot. Oh, by the way, two drivers set the same time. I think it was Ruti Hullet. Set a 1:20.386. A 1:20.386 by the same driver. Now that's something. Yes, we have low attendances due to the summer holidays. It's almost ending here in Scotland. 1:20.386 by both Top G and Ruti Hullet, but I think Ruti Hullet said it first, so he gets the nod, the fourth position. P10 demoting to F5. No, not how it goes. NLR 234, you love to see it. I guess you do, yeah, it's quite crazy. Marios, the spoiler, going to be 1, 2, 3. So, I advise you to take this time now to get a drink of your favourite drink, Iron Brew. Sit back in your GT Omega seat if you have one. If not, just get your rubbish little chair, whatever it is, and enjoy the action in Qatar. The only country that begins with the letter Q, worth 10 points in Scrabble, and has helped me win so many games, especially the word Chi, which means life force. Fact of the day, the only two-letter word you can make with Q is Chi. Google it. No, not QI, the comedy show. Anyway, here we go. We have 5 lights ahead of the drivers. And it's lights out. Away we go. And it's a great start by Marios. He is ahead. And Danielle's under the front. Edrex are going side by side into turn number 1. Edrex goes around the outside at the first corner and takes second place from Danielle. Brilliant start from the AlphaTauri driver. Marios in the lead ahead of Danielle. Ruti Hullet and Top G, who set the same time in qualifying, battling for 4th position. They head into turn number 4 now, and it looks like Ruti Hullet has the edge. There's a spinner back. The moustache has had a horrendous shaving job and has gone to the back. The two, Mateo has went to 14th, and the two Aston Martins of Licklebox and Toximato are dueling amongst each other, as I believe that was BB8 Tyne fighting with Dadopad. He's already up to 8th position. As they file their way through to turn number 10, it is the Ferrari of Marios in the lead, ahead of Edrex and Danielle. Not the start Danielle was wanting, already losing position from the start, but he's got a lot of momentum coming out of turn 14. And Edrex makes a mistake! Edrex makes a mistake and he's going to lose the position here perhaps, maybe 2. No, he somehow holds on. How did he hold on to that? Is anyone's guess. Marios immediately goes to left. Edrex is going to try and defend from Danielle, who's trying to keep it all together. But look at this, freeway fight for second place, already developing into the first corner on lap number 2. And Edrex, despite the mistake, holds it together, holds on to the second spot. And Armateo's had enough. I don't know what's happened to Armateo, but his game is over for today. He is going to leave the oil-rich country in disgrace. It is all over for last week's race winner. Do not know what happened. I am going to check the chat, by the way, what happened. Licklebox, I'm not going to say what he said after the qualifying session. So 8 tenths is Marios' lead. And we have the drivers battling for second behind him. Oh, and it looks like Ruti Hullet has had a horrendous corner, and now he is getting attacked by the two Alfa Romeos. And Top G and Dadopad getting caught up there, nearly losing it. And there's another Red Bull there. That is of Tyne. And Tyne has really caught up to those ahead of him. And they've got to be careful. Vasquez, I think it was Vasquez, just went very wide out of turn 15. A lot of drivers have been going wide out of turn 15 in this early stage. Better not do that many times, you're going to get a penalty. So we cross the line to start lap 3 of the race, and this is Top G and Pedro Vasquez battling for 5th. And another battle between the other Red Bull and the other Alfa Romeo. Vasquez has already got a penalty. Top G now up into 5th. More battles happening behind. That's Msapala and Daddlepad fighting for 9th place. And Toxic Tomato wants a piece of it. And gets through, and Daddlepad pressured off the track and loses several more positions. Now Twist gets involved. Twist and a little argy-bargy there, and he might have shoved him off. They're still fighting for the last points paying position. Side by side out of the corner, and Twist is pushed off. That might probably get removed, because I don't think he was on there on purpose. I think that was just an accident fighting for position. Another battle happening. Daddlepad trying to make up ground after losing those positions, going wide, trying to battle with Lickle Blocks, and he's through. Lots of action already, and that's what Qatar brings to the sport. Lots of action everywhere! Oh, and that's Ruti Hurley, another spin off the track, and it goes right down the order. Has he got damage? I think he may have damage, and I think that's Daddlepad. Oh, Daddlepad has had a horrendous entry into the pits, and he's coming to the pits as well. Lickle Blocks also in. They must have suffered damage on that lap. Meanwhile, going up the order, Pedro Vasquez trying to catch up in the only DRS zone on the track. Trying to get back at Top G, he could not, but he's also got to make another 3 seconds for that penalty. Meanwhile, the lead battle, it's still all in Marios' hands, as Edrix and Daniel start to close up on each other. Daniel, I think, was using a much blast of energy. You see, look at the energy difference. If you look down there, it is 30% for Edrix and 79% for Danielle. I know that because I can read the minuscule figures on my TV screen. In case you're wondering, how can you read those without the telemetry? I don't need the telemetry, I think it's interfering. Should also mention the tyres. Pedro Vasquez, the only one in the top 10 as Top G gets a penalty. Not what I want to see. Pedro Vasquez is the only driver in the top 10 on mediums. So in the alternate strategy, we could see how it unfolds there. As Danielle starts to close up, this is for the runner-up spot. And Rudy Hull's got another penalty. Edric's also having the DRS. That's a bit of a problem, as Pedro Vasquez has made the move on Top G for 4th. Top G, of course, won in week number 2 of the season. Correct me if I'm wrong. On his debut as well. And a bit wide for Pedro. He's got to be careful not to cause another infraction, as Toxic Tomato has caused another one. Danielle starting to close up again. Lap number 5 here, coming through turn 8 and now the nifty 9. Turn 10 is where you can win and lose a lot of ground on your opponent. Through 11 through 13 now. This is where most of the infractions will be for track limits. Edrix needs to be careful now. He knows who's behind him. And every time he moves further away from Marios, he moves closer to Danielle. And Danielle just licking his lips. I can see it in the mirror of his helmet. He wants a piece of the action. You probably have to wait for it. Meanwhile, look at this. The 2 Red Bulls battling. You never see this in real life. 2 Red Bulls battling. And by the way, the Top G's in the number 3. Who does that remind you of? So Tyne is back into 5th place. He's already made 5 positions in 5 laps. An astonishing effort from the championship leader, who's yet to win this season in the first 3 races. And Ruti Hurley and Moustache battling right now. Posh Moustache had a close shave of Ruti there. Please take a shot for how many, as Ruti Hurley gets a penalty, how many times I referenced moustaches or shaving. Oh, what's that? That's Lickle Blocks and Daddlepad have both spun into each other. That is not what you want to see. And that is Tyne making his move on the outside of Pedro, or the inside I should say, and that was a brilliant move from time. Pedro must have made a mistake, and he capitalised on that mistake. And up ahead, it's getting closer as well, and that's Ruti Hula has had another incident in turn 10. But now Danielle trying to get into second place. He's been stuck behind Edrix for quite a while, and this is only helping Tyne, who is battling with Pedro Vasquez again. And the battle for second is on as well. Oh, what's this? What's happened to Marios? He's lost the lead. Where did that come from? He's lost a position. Edrix is in the lead. Danielle is still in third place, and they're still battling for fourth. Tyne and Pedro, side by side, bang wheels into the turn. And Ruti Hulit's out of the session. He was out of it already. Now, Tyne is still ahead. And now Marios, I do not know what happened. He just seemed to slow down. And did he lose concentration? Did his mind go blank? Whatever it is, he's lost the lead. And Edrix is now in the lead. Edrix is now in the lead. Datapad has also called it quits. So Ruti Hulit 2. So we're already down to 12 drivers. And we've only done 6 full laps. Come on, guys. Why do you do this? There's points to be won. If you don't complete 90% of the race and you're in the top 10, you do not score. So if we get down to 10, then you know what to do. Uh-oh. Edrix better be careful with the cars that are coming out on track to retire, as Marius is going to take the lead. You need to be careful with the car that's coming up, though. They need to be careful. That car is impeding them. Oh, and no, he's ghosted. Seems like they've got lucky there. They've ghosted. That is quite a danger. They do get past the Aston Martin clean. Marios is back in the lead. Ahead of Edrix, Danielle, and Tyne, and Pedro. Pedro's still fighting Tyne, probably because he is on the softer tyre. So he has more grip out the corners. But we really have got a massive chain going on here. A massive chain of 10 cars! 10! And Mohammed and Mustache are playing catch-up. 10 cars fighting for the win. Where else you see this? That is Top G. He goes off the track and is going to lose position to LRB and maybe Sapala too. No, he only loses one to LRB. LRB now to 6th place. Pedro closing up on Tyne again. Edrix closing up. Daniel closing up on Edrix again. It's all deja vu as they come out the corner once again. Lap number 9 about to begin. The DRS full on. The wing all out. And here we come once again. Who is going to get first dibs at a fight? At a piece of action. That looks like Sapala is going to battle with Top G for 7th place. Sapala into the inside. And it looks like he has got the move done clean. And his next opponent will be LRB. LRB in 6th place. 7 tenths behind Pedro Vasquez, who's still on that medium tyre. We probably had to pit much earlier. And Edrix and Danielle still battling out for 2nd place. Marios now has a half a second cushion. As we are now on lap number 9, we're just about further the way through the race. So if you're tuning in, welcome. We are brought to you by GT Omega. Remember to use PSGL, the code PSGL, 5% off on GT Omega products, the premier sim racing supplier. They gave some of us a free share. Don't beg for one, though. Not me. I don't want a share. Who needs shares? Shares are for the weak. I think because a lot of people were tuning in for Ruti Hulit. He is gone from the race. And it looks like most of my audience have left. So the battle for second rages on between Edrix and Danielle. And that's a great X from Danielle. He might have a shot at taking the lead. 2nd place. But look at this. They're closing up. They're closing up to Marios. Free wide into the corner. Danielle. Edrix has taken the lead. What's happened to Marios? He's got no speed down that straight. What is going on? Edrix takes the lead again. Marios loses 2 positions again. It's so crazy right now. Heck, LRB could take the lead. So Edrix and Daniel are now fighting for the lead. Actually, I think this might be a tactic from Marios. He knows that Edrix is stuck in Marios' dirty air for so long. And knowing that Daniel's messing with him, I think Marios' strategy is to get them both fighting, and Marios could take them back, both of them, each other, and take the lead again. Because Edrix and Daniel have been scrapping quite a lot. Marios wants these two to keep fighting. That is Marios' cunning plan. But he's got to be careful not to get overtaken by BB-8, who started from 10th. He's already 4th. And it's only not been 10 laps. Top G gets another penalty. It's just not been his day. So here we go. Once again, what's going to unfold now? Daniel has a shot at the lead on Edrix. Heading down the finish line we go. And this is for the lead. Daniel into the lead of Qatar. And Marios is just stuck there in 3rd, and he's not making any improvement. I'm starting to think, is he in trouble? Because Tyne is really licking his lips now. Tyne feels it. Tyne feels Mario's weakness. Is that long stretch? Perhaps. And Pedro Vasquez is just holding off there in medium tyres. Probably playing spoiler. But yes, we're a very orderly fashion top 10 here, all within half a second of each other. These drivers know how to put on a show. That's quite unlucky. He's got the number 13. So, we come around turn 15 once more. Tell you what, Daniel's doing very well. I think he's deploying everything he has and has pulled a belter of a lap in. He is now ahead by 3/4 of a second of Edrix. Edrix might be in trouble here if he can't pick up the pace. But Daniel has no DRS, and Tyne has all the moves. Into the 3rd place this is for Marios, trying to hold him up, but no, he cannot. Tyne into the top 3 already, and this spells danger for Daniel and Edrix. They know Tyne's true race pace, so they've got to keep pushing. It is an NLR 1-2. Ignore it, ADT. I think he is an NLR. Oh! Top G is out! And we have a safety car here. Oh my goodness, and Hammond nearly loses it. Yeah, oh dear, Top G. One of the top drivers in this league, literally, is out. And we're down to 11. So only one driver in this is not going to score. Unless they don't complete 90%. So we have a safety car, which may be good for Pedro here. Because he might get a pit now. We'll have to wait and see. Pedro may... I'm not sure. Would you pit in this situation? It's probably the optimum time to box if you're mediums. And is he going to do that? No, they're all coming in. This is... I'm not sure if this is good or bad for Pedro. But considering he'll have a pace advantage, it's probably more good than bad. Whoa, okay. I think that it's a safety car. That might be against the rules. He's just made a move on Marios for 4th place, during a safety car. Now, doing it in the pits, before the pit line, that's fine. That's totally fine. Moustache is not pit, because he knows there's a double stack. He's not pit. He's hoping there's another safety car, and this will be his best case scenario. But yeah, look, Pedro Vasquez made a move on Marios under the safety car in the pits. Now making a move on the in the pit entry before the limiter line, that's okay. But under safety car, I don't think that's okay at all. There's the safety car. I think he may be, yeah, he's trying to Vettel in China. That is legal, but not under safety car grounds. I'm sure of that. I could be wrong, but I definitely know it has to be, because if it's a safety car, you're not allowed to overtake anywhere at all. And that includes the pits. So Pedro's now ahead of Marius and on the hard tyres, which will probably, when they level out, be an advantage near the end of the race. I don't know what Moustache does now. He's in the lead. Is he going to pit? I wouldn't pit, because if you do pit, you'll be playing a lot of catch-up. He was last already, though, so yeah, I think he's got to pit. He's got to pit. He'll still be in last anyway, and he'll be caught up to if he doesn't pit. Yeah, he's got to pit. Do you have a fresher mediums? That'll be the advantage. And now does Moustache in the pits, so he will be going back to the back of the pack. But he will catch up when everyone comes in. So that's everyone's pit stops taken care of. So the race has been neutralised, if it wasn't already. But this gets Mohammed and Moustache a chance to catch up. So we'll have an 11 car battle, not 10. Like we did before. So it hasn't really changed much, this safety car. The gaps will likely remain the same. Everyone on new tyres. So once again, yeah, nothing really has changed the state of the game with this safety car. Oh no, Vettel's one was during the safety car. It might be allowed, actually. I could be wrong. I'm wrong. It could be allowed. Yeah, I've just been sorry guys. I think that is allowed. His overtake in the pit lane during the safety car is allowed. Kind of controversial, but that's the way it is. I do apologise if I accused Pedro Vasquez of any rule breaking. And if he is overtaken, and if he has followed the rules, then that's fine by me. Sorry, guys. That was, yeah, so safety car in the slap, and it'll be Danielle that'll be leading the fields. Marius is already down to 5th, and he started in the lead, not where he wants to be. So coming around turn 14, I should say, is Danielle, and he will lead the pack off in this 15 laps to go. We'll be reaching the halfway point when we cross the line. Now when's Danielle going to go? Here he goes, he's off. Danielle is off and underway, and he has a 3/10 cushion from 4/10, half a second cushion from Danielle. It's been a fantastic getaway, I have to say. And into lap 15 we go. The race resumes. And it looks like Toxumato is getting a run on OP Twist around the outside. A brave move. This is for 8th place, 7th place. And he's going to go on the inside of turn number 2. What a brave move that is. But he's pushed Twist off. He might have to get it back. And he's incurred a penalty anyway. So he's only done himself more problems by going off the track. LRB, by the way, the Haas and the Alpha Tauris really look similar. It's so hard to tell them apart sometimes. Really is. So OP Twist Now has to get that position off Toxic Tomato again. Sapala is right behind Marius. For 5th position, this is just not being Marius' day, is it? Marius is falling down the order, and this could be happening again. He's right behind him. He can feel the move coming. But a little mistake there from him, Sapala won't help him. 6 attempts to get at the top, followed by 7 attempts Tyne. 8 attempts Pedro on hard tyres. Mario's closing up 3 attempts, no DRS, but he has all the impetus and all the grip. And you can tell the tyre difference. Pedro Vasquez didn't have the best exit out of that corner. Marius is getting closer and closer. Twist gets another penalty. Another penalty. Sapala trying to close up on Marius the pole sitter again, but Toxic Tomato's waiting in the wings, and so is Twist, who was shoved off by Toxic Tomato perhaps in the first part of the restart. But Marius closing up to Pedro Vasquez at the same time. Pedro Vasquez is no longer in DRS range off Tyne. Audio glitch, sorry guys. Oh dear, that's an ugly sound. Alright, so here we go again. This is probably where all the action happens. And who is who in this fight? It looks like as DRS is enabled once again. Toxic Tomato really starting to close up, but Pedro Vasquez is being swapped by Marius, and into 4th place goes Marius. And now he's back on track. Makes a good recovery move there, and now behind him it's Sapala and Toxic Tomato for 6th position, trying to join the fight for 4th. Vasquez gets another penalty, and he's going to lose position to Sapala, who has a slide into turn 6. A slide into turn 6, and he's now side by side with Pedro. Going around the outside is Sapala. Around the outside, and he's through. What a move! Yeah, he had more grip, but he started to make the move. What a move! Twist is trying to get back at Toxic Tomato as well. Pedro is making no effort at all. He's not even close. The hard tyres are doing him no favours. But they might help at the end of the race, but definitely not now. He's falling down the order. Oh, but look at this. Tyne is already caught up to Edrex. This is for 2nd place. This should be plain sailing for the Red Bull driver. No DRS from Edrex's view, and into 2nd place he goes, and he made that look very easy indeed. Or has he? Has he? He's not actually. He's coming back, Edrex is, and Edrex takes position back. And that is fantastic defence from Edrex. He is not giving this up without a fight. Valiant moves from Tyne, but he can't get it. And Toxic Tomato and Pedro going side by side for 6th. And on the outside, look at this. Twist is licking his lips. He wants to get involved. Twist on the inside of turn 6. Side by side with Pedro. Pedro goes wide. Pedro goes wide off the track. And now he's side by side with Twist again. Let's twist again, he says. And into 7th place he goes. And now Pedro is really in trouble. Oh god, that's an ugly sound. Help us, please. These sounds get worse every week. Pedro now under threat. Oh, he's had another mistake. You can tell why he's getting loads of penalties. LRB is now going to be putting him on the chopping block. Just waiting for the move to be pulled off here. He might be at the risk of scoring no points, you know. Here we go again. LRB now going for the move on Pedro, and so will Mohammed. Pedro's just getting tired of this now. He just wants to go home. He might lose this points position here to Moustache. Unless he gives it a shave. Here's another shot. I hope the shots are of I am through and not of something that's alcoholic. Toss Tomato in the Aston Martin is closing up to Twist. These two have had a right old Royal Rumble. It's been pushing, shoving, fighting, head stomping, everything. But still, the lead belongs to Danielle. A lead of 6/10 with 11 to go. 2 seconds, by the way, the gap between Marios and Zapala, and Twist gets another penalty. I probably should turn it on to penalties. 12 seconds for Pedro now. This is becoming beyond hopeless. Toximato has 6, Twist has 9, and Zapala also has 3. But here we go, this is for the lead again. But no can do, Edrix. As Toximato and Twist also come closer and closer to Zapala for 5th place. The gap between them and Mario starts to build even bigger. 2.3 seconds as it stands. Pedro trying to make a comeback, albeit nearly hopeless. Even if he does make the moves, he has 12 seconds of penalties. All of which will probably be kept on the board. So Twist trying to twist and shout his way past Zapala. Like the Beatles in the 60s. 10 laps left here in Qatar. And Tiny, I tell you, is closing up to Edrix. He nearly got the move done a few laps ago, but it didn't happen. Edrix with a massive defense work in turn number 1 and then turn number 2. Oh, Zapala's gone! He's what crashed at the edge, and there's another safety car. We're down to 10. Everyone's going to get points unless someone does not complete lap 27. So the safety car is out. Oh! Rude! That was a close shave for the safety car, quite literally. The poor guy nearly crashed into him. Right, what's it going to be? It's got to be softs, right? So safety car, Zapala's out, both Williams are out. So we could be a level playing field for the final few laps if everyone decides to box for softs with 8 to go. This could be the good one for BB8. Italian BB8. How good is he on these softs? By the way, Volkongen is leading in PSF1 as I speak, and everyone's in. Everyone is in, and you know what? I don't blame them. And Moustache is going to be skipping the pit lane. I don't know why he's skipping the pit lane. He's double stacking. He's done it again! Pedro Vasquez has done the same thing twice. He's overtaken in the pits. What is this? Moustache has also decided not to pit. I don't think he realises he's in last place. By double stacking, he's not losing anything. I think he doesn't want to have a glitch. Oh! Oh! Edrix has went on mediums, and so has Mohammed. Did they not have any softs left, or did they forget to choose the mediums, the softs? Maybe they don't believe that the sauce will last 8 laps. This is either the craziest or the best play from Edrix. Or Mohammed. And Moustache, he has to pit again. He's all alone. He just wishes he could get past the safety car. So here we go. Oh, safety car's in this lap. Oh no, Moustache won't get a pit. Oh, what a shame for Moustache. If only he double stacked. He was in last. He might have well just pit. But instead, is he going to either be the party pooper, or is he? He's going to be spoiling the party. He is going to have to. He has the older tyres, he has no idea what he's doing, he's leading the race. And immediately, Toxic Tomato's going to try and move, he has to wait until he gets to the line. Moustache is already conceding first place, Edrix in second place. Oh! And I think Edrix had just pushed into Danielle for a second. Yeah, Moustache is trying to play, and Edrix on the outside, he's taking the lead. BB-8 stuck behind Moustache. Moustache is just... What has happened? Moustache has got a shaver out. He's cutting everyone bit by bit, and this is now holding up the drivers in 7th, 8th, 9th, and now he's in the middle of a 3 wide between. I can't even tell because I've lost words. Toxic Tomato, LRB now he's fighting with. But it's Edrix in the lead. Now, will these tyres hold for a Danielle? If they do, then he has a chance. But remember, he has a penalty. So he is still in the lead. I have to say, even if he gets past, but he's got to keep him behind him, Edrix, because if he doesn't, then we all know that Tyne, who has no penalties, is going to get involved. But Edrix, on the harder tyre compound than the rest of the field, is in the fight. But what was Moustache thinking? Why didn't he pit? Pedro Vasquez and Toxic Tomato are very close to each other now. What's going to happen here? Who has the better grip? It seems like Danielle. He's going to have... Oh, he's going to get him. He's going to get him nice and easy. Here's Time as well. Into the corner they go. Edrix can't get this one, and now he's going to lose. Oh, he nearly runs into Tyne for second place, and he got past now. Tyne is in the second. No, he's not. Edrix ain't giving this one up. Edrix going around the outside. And he's pipped too, and he has to go wide again. That might be... Look at this! Mario's trying to get the inside. But he can't. It's all kicking off. All kicking off. But still, now Tyne is in the lead proper. Tyne is in the lead proper because Danielle has a penalty. God, the sound hurts. Pedro Vasquez. I should turn on to the penalties now because Danielle has a 5-second penalty for speeding in a pit lane, I believe. So if he gets that removed, he will win, but I don't think he will. I think that is his own responsibility. Pedro's got another penalty. He's up to 15 seconds. 5 laps to go. Danielle says the fastest lap. Mario's coming up at Edrix. He's in provisionally second right now with the penalties applied. DRS is now enabled. This may help Edrix. This may help all 3 of them. Edrix just got to hope that the softs don't last 8 laps. And here comes Toxic Tomato on the inside of Pedro Vasquez. Still fighting they are. They've been fighting for days, feels like. Time, BB8. Still in the provisional lead ahead of Danielle. Edrex, Marius. Oh, was that a mistake from Danielle? It might have well been because he's lost some time. Through turn 11 we go. That's not even a turn. There seems to be a big split. A battle for 6th and a battle for 1st. Talks about doing the best he can to hold Pedro Vasquez off. Pedro Vasquez much faster around this track. Look at this, they're fighting into turn 15. They were nearly side by side there. He's literally pushing the guy. So be careful not to go into the back of him. And he doesn't. And now he surely has to get a move on, but he's still going to be behind it. Oh, and he hits him! He hits him again! He hits him again! And this is a chance. Look at this! This is going to be 4 wide! This is going to be 3 or 4 wide for 6th place! And LRB has taken 6th place, and Pedro goes off the track for another time! And he's now lost a position and another position. This is horrendous for Pedro. He's got 18 seconds of penalties. 4 laps to go. Time still in the lead provisionally. Danielle needs to find a miracle somehow. He just to pray for a miracle in that cockpit. But every time they keep fighting, the guys behind them are coming close to each other. And now Edrex and Marius are battling for 3rd, well, I'd say it's probably 2nd place if that penalty. Twist is in this fight as well, but he has 9 seconds of penalties, so he's out of the running, I'd have to say. Maybe he might lose one. I'm sure he got pushed off one of them, but that will have to be a one-tail. Alright, I stand corrected. 12 seconds. 12 seconds of penalties for OP Twist. Here we go once again. Tyne has the grip. He has a slide! This is Edric's chances open up! The window of opportunity has come to an arrival! It's gonna be 3 wide! 3 wide! Edrix! Into the lead! Or is he? Yes, he is! What a move! Into the lead he goes! He has no penalty! And now he's left Tyne and Danielle to fight! This is the worst case scenario for Tyne! Sorry. What a moment for Edrex. He takes the lead back. And he's on the medium tyres. They're going to wear out much less than the softs. This could be his. It could be his tonight. Ty needs to play catch up. Danielle and Marius will now be fighting for 3rd. But I don't think it will be a fight for 3rd. It'll be more of a fight who gets 3rd on track. Because remember, Danielle has a 5-second penalty. Tyner has to hope that Edrex gets a penalty. Edrex just has to keep it in bounds. And he has an 8/10 gap. The gap gets bigger and bigger with every corner. Oh no! He's got a penalty! The worst case scenario, and now BB8's back in the lead. And here comes Marius! Marius on the outside of turn number 1. Danielle with a penalty, but he's still holding him off. The level of unpredictability goes up another notch. Ty now needs to be careful he doesn't get a penalty. Otherwise, Marius is going to win this race. So the current order, I make it Tyne, Marius, Edrex with the penalties applied. Do not change that channel. Don't you dare change that channel. I'm not sure who's going to win this race yet. Now, it's time going to keep it on track. I know what you're going to say. Commentator's curse. Three attempts to celebrate each driver with 1.5 laps to go. Tyne needs to keep it in bounds. He's just saw what's happened to his opponent. And he also has to stay on the track, not get involved in any collisions. It's Tyne and Marius now. Marius needs to get past. Tyne is going to get past Edrix for the lead. Edrix doesn't want to give it up, but he'll have to. He'll have to, but Daniel's coming around the outside. And he has a penalty, though. He has a penalty, and Tyne's got to be careful now, because he has to keep it on track and inbounds. No spin-outs, no casualties, no drama, just pure driving. Marius needs to get past Edrix. If he doesn't get past Edrix, this will be Tyne's for real. We all know Tyne's true race pace. Is Danielle going to play spoiler? Is Edrix going to play spoiler? It looks like it. Edrix might be playing spoiler. He's got a race to run, and Tots Tomatoes had a spin. Tots Tomato now falls to 10th place. He'll still score, though. Everyone will score. Everyone left on the track anyway. So all Tyne needs to do is keep it on the track. Keep it in bounds. And it looks like it will be a Tyne win ahead of Marius. And Danielle goes wide. Danielle goes wide, but it won't matter. He won't win the race. He's a 5-second penalty. It's going to be BB8 as they run to the line. Marius is going to come in second, and I think third is going to be Edrix. To the line. It is Tyne, ahead of Marius, ahead of Edrix, ahead of Danielle, ahead of the Twist. And then it's a battle for sixth to the line. And it is, no, it's fifth actually. LRB, sorry, yes, Twist has 9 seconds, 12 seconds maybe of penalties, 12 seconds, and Mohammed, then Moustache, Twist, Vasquez, and Tots Tomato. So Tyne, BB8 does win for once. And it is now the championship lead going to be extended even more. Oh, hold on! No, it's not over. Danielle has apparently got a penalty from ignoring yellows. If that's the case, then he's won. Ignore this entirely. Apparently Danielle's going to get his removed, so if that's true, he is the winner. Ignore what it says, and he's got the fastest lap, so he'll get an extra point. He'll get 17. And ignore the points, that's wrong too. Why did they reintroduce the point structure? So it's actually Danielle, if he gets it removed, ahead of Tyne, Marius, Edrix, and LRB, Mohammed, Moustache, Twist, Pedro Vasquez, Toxic Tomato, Zapala, Top G, Bertie Hullet, Daryl Pad, Lickleblocks, and Armateo. Everyone in 11th down didn't score, so everyone that finished scored. Pedro, 18 seconds though. There were penalties everywhere. 6 drivers that finished kept it in the bounds, so no, 7 I should say. 7 because no, it is 6. Sorry, it is 6. I miscounted. What a crazy race! So it's actually Danielle that wins. I might have to scrap this and like redo the finish again, but you know what? I'll take it. So if Daniel gets his removed, he will win the race. If not, then Tyne wins. I think Tyne, I'm sorry I spoke too soon again, but it might be Danielle's for once. Yeah, thank you chat for saying that 5 seconds will get removed. And it's all falling out in the chat. Yeah, it's Tots Tomato and Pedro have had a ruckus in the chat. And all the time you have to leave space, etc., etc. Pedro Vasquez was pushing off, and Tots Tomato was, to be fair, pushing on OP Twist. Yeah, Tyne's just conceded to Danielle. Yeah, Danielle is the winner. I've just been given word Danielle has won. His penalty will be removed. So I do apologise for not catching that. I did think he sped in the pit lane. I didn't actually catch it at all. I think I caught the Edrix penalty, I know that. But yeah, it's Danielle that's won. Tyne has conceded too. Danielle said GG. Yeah, Pedro Vasquez has called Toxamato crazy, and he also has 18 seconds of penalties. But it will go on for the next week, I'd say. Hopefully Tom Cairns is back. Next week, we will be travelling to Austria. Austria, the Red Bull Ring in the Styrian Mountains. The fastest and one of my favourite tracks on the calendar. I'm going to say it for most of them. But yes, we will be in Austria in the Styrian Mountains next week. Hopefully you'll join us then. That'll be August 14th, 8 p.m. As always, the same time, Monday, 8 p.m. Thank you for watching. Remember to use PSGL, the code, at the checkout of GT Omega for 5% off. Thank you, GT Omega, for sponsoring, and thank you for watching. I will be back next week, as we said. Hopefully Tom Cairns again will be back. And until then, good night.